Hi again then guys, and welcome to another Forza Horizon 3 speed setup. This one is a YouTube exclusive tune. It's not on my storefront, mainly because I save the storefront slots for the quickest of the quick, generally speaking. And this particular car is of course a DLC vehicle, the Ford Crown Vic, commonly used as a police interceptor, and that's exactly what it is in this form. Now visually, you've got a ton of options. You don't have to fit bull bars, lights, that kind of stuff. You could change the rims. That's all down to you, obviously, so it doesn't really matter what you fit. Just go for whatever you want. For the performance side of things though, I would recommend having the Mustang engine conversion, the 5.8 litre V8. Then for the drivetrain, I would recommend all-wheel drive. Some people may not want that. That's down to personal preference. If you don't want it, just don't fit it. Of course you won't be as quick off the line. That's the payoff. I would also recommend the twin turbo, as you can see. Then for the rest, just increase the power, lower the weight, increase the grip. If you want to fit it with, say, drag tyres, or not drag tyres, dirt tyres I should say, instead of race tyres, or rally suspension instead of race suspension, that's all down to you. Obviously that will have an effect on straight line speed, and for the best straight line speed you'd be better off fitting everything with race or racing in the title rather than rally. But I can completely understand if you choose to fit maybe a version of the tune with rally parts instead, because this car is very fun off-road. Now as far as the benchmark goes, it's not among the quickest of sedans. The top speed isn't bad, 235 miles per hour certainly isn't slow, but it's not the quickest. It's nowhere near the quickest. As far as acceleration, it's pretty good, 2.5 to 60, 5.4 to 100, not too shabby either way. As far as the gearbox, I would recommend 3.3 for the final drive, then 2.9, 2, 1.5, 1.17, 0.94 and 0.77. Then for alignment, if you've used my tunes before, you know the drill. Neutral camber and toe, unless you specifically want to have some, 4 degrees of caster. And this is one of those cars where you could comfortably change that around if you want it to be stiffer or looser. It's down to you. Anti-roll we've got on 33 and 20, springs on 207 and 209. I've opted for the highest ride height, and that's mostly for the visuals of being a police car. But again, you don't have to do that. You could slam it if you want to. As far as dampers, we've got those on 14, 13, 7 and 6. Aero doesn't apply, of course, and for the diff, as I usually would, I've got 100% on acceleration, 0 on decel, but as always, feel free to change those around if you want to try something new, or if you already know a setup that works better for you. Then for the centre split, as you can see, I've opted for 70%. That gives me, for my driving style, a nice mix of launch and off-road ability, but still with the manoeuvrability and the drift ability that I want from a car. So for me, that's pretty much perfect. For somebody else, maybe not. So that's it for the tune. As I said, this one isn't on my storefront, but of course you can use the keywords in every video's description to find my tunes that are on there if you want to. But of course now all that remains is to actually take it out on the street to see if it can hit that quoted speed. Now there are some cars on any racing game really that fall more into an oddball category, more of a novelty car category, stuff like the Reliant Robin or the Transit Van or the GMC Vandura, or this one. I would say it's certainly more of a novelty car in its overall appeal. Even the visuals of the car lend themselves toward that, and for that it's really good. But as it happens, for performance as well, the Crown Vic is actually a pretty good sedan. As I said, it's not the quickest for top-end speed, and it's actually more comfortable getting into around the 230 region rather than 235. It does take a significantly longer road with very little traffic and even a couple of downhill sections to bump it up to that speed. You can get it up around 230 though quite comfortably, so it has the performance there for most occasions when you need it, but it's just not really that kind of car. But if you want to check out other tunes on the channel, of course there are hundreds more, and I hope you enjoy this one. But for now, as always, thanks for watching.